civil works, to all the back technical working group headed by Engineer Ronrin Abakahi, all the members of the back secretariat headed by Maria Irma Epoti, to all the observers and bidders, and all the viewers watching over the Facebook page and YouTube account of the Bids and Awards Committee of Zamboanga del Norte 2nd District Engineering Office. Good morning. We would like to request Mr. Rosilier Moralio Jr. to have a roll call and read the agenda of today's pre-bid conference.
And everyone and all the viewers live, today's agenda will be the pre-bid conference for contract ID number 24JC0007, Republis, construction of plant mitigation structure, construction of plant control structure, Katipunan, Zamboanga del Norte, and the second one will be the 24JC0013, Republis, construction of plant mitigation structure, construction of plant control structure, President Manuel Roxas, Zamboanga del Norte. Before we proceed, please acknowledge as a name. Start with our back chairperson, Engineer Katipunan,
Present.
our vice back chairperson, Engineer Joe, Executive Katipunan.
Present.
Members, Engineer Almar Acevedo, Engineer Chris Italiana, Engineer Lucy Alfaro. From the end user, we have Engineer Ivan Kupin. From the technical working group headed by Engineer Rubel Amakahin.
Present.
Members, Engineer Janice Torres,
Present.
Architect Cristito Pasan, Engineer Lorne Taliana,
Present.
Engineer Rudy Bacara.
Present.
From Baksa Secretariat headed by Engineer Maria M. Epoti. Also we have Engineer Cristito Sumila, Miss Leia Microbali, Miss Rochelle Garzola, and the observers, auditors, and contractors, leaders, their group of five, their field to attend. And then here, the members present, established quorum, you now proceed.
Ito na lang ang dokumentaryo niya.
Okay, the present back members constitute quorum. I would like to call today's pre-bid conference to order. We would like to request Engineer Ronrin P. Abakahin of the Planning and Design Section for the presentation of the basic contract data for contract ID 24JC007 and 24JC0013.
Pwede ko, ano? Okay. So, good morning, everyone.
Good
So,
morning.
today I will be discussing the basic contract data of the two projects to be bid. So, for the basic contract data, we have here the contract IDs. It was JC007, construction of flood mitigation structure, construction of flood control structure, Katipunan, Zamboanga del Norte. Location of the project is at Katipunan, Zamboanga del Norte with an ABC of 9,900,000 and a contract duration of 137 calendar days. For contract ID number 24JC0013, construction of flood control, flood mitigation structure, construction of flood control structure, President Manuel Roxas, Zamboanga del Norte. And location of the project is at President Manuel Roxas, Zamboanga del Norte, with an approved budget for the conduct of 9,900,000 and a contract duration of 137 calendar days. For the plans and specification, we have here first the location of the project for contract ID number 24J007. Located siya at Katipunan. Specifically at the poblacion. So the station limits for the project is at station 00 to station 0 plus 72.91. So the total length is 72.91 meters. This is the typical section for this particular project. Okay. So we have here the different types of items of work to be incorporated in this project. We have here structural concrete and structural steel. For the foundation, we'll be using RC pile, reinforced concrete pile of 3 meters in length with a pile cap of 500 by 600 mm. So for the specifics reinforcement, so just refer to the posted plans. For the next contact ID number 240013. So the location of the project is at President Manuel Roxas, Zamboanga del Norte. So this is the location of the project. Still, it's at the poblacion of Roxas, Zamboanga del Norte, with the station limits of station 00 to station 0 plus 78.75. So the length is 78.75 meters. So for the typical section, so it has a same section of the previous project. And then we have here different items of work composing of the structural steel and structural concrete. For the embankment, we have a rubble concrete, and then we have also have, the embankment consists of hand-laid rock embankment and embankment pambaro. And then for the sheet pile, we'll be using reinforced concrete sheet pile with a length of 3 meters. And for the pile cap, the dimension is 500 by 600 mm. So I guess that's all for the basic contact data, these two projects.
Okay, moving on, we will now give the floor again to Engineer Ronald Abakahin, the head of the Technical Working Group, for the discussion on the requirements of bidding documents and the documents to be submitted by bidders for technical and financial components of the bid.
Okay, good morning again. So these are the documentary requirements. The first is the eligibility requirements. So all bidders are entitled to enroll in CWA. And then so the bidder wishes to enroll or update their profile, you may do so by submitting the CCASI and including the list of annexes for its supporting documents at the central office. So for the pickup license, we have here the minimum pickup license of small v, classification of general engineering GE to flood control. Okay. For the technical component envelope, so the first one is the valid project registration certificate. The first document is to be submitted. Then the second document is the statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government project contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, using annex of the CSI. If the bidder is already enrolled or updated in their field trips or in the CWA, so they may not submit this document, including the third document, which is the statement of bidder singular is completed contract. If the contractor will submit this document, then they may do so by submitting the Annex N or using the Annex N as the prescribed format of the CCSI, including the supporting documents. So this is the major and similar categories of work for the two projects in 4GC007 and 4GC0013. So the category of work code is FCSP or flood control construction, shore protection, seawall, and or breakwater. So take note of this major category of work, including the similar categories listed in the scale of this as shown, so that you may achieve the minimum 50% of the SLC of the ABC for your SLCC. Okay, next document is the special pickup license for joint ventures. Another document is the bid security. So you have here different forms of bid security as shown. So you may choose what these forms. Okay. So we have here also the prescribed forms for bank guarantee, revocable letter of credit, and then bid securing declaration. So for project requirements, we have here the first document is the organizational chart using form number 13. So in this organizational chart, the conductor must indicate the names of the key personnel required in the bid data sheet clause 10.4. Another document is the list of conductor's key personnel using form number 14 with the following supporting documents: curriculum vitae, notarized affidavits of commitment to work, photocopy of their PRC license, and photocopy of their certificate of accreditation and or training. So this is the minimum key personnel from the two projects: one project engineer manager, one project engineer, one materials engineer, one safety officer, one first aider, and one foreman. So for project engineer, requirement is DPW accredited project engineer 1 at least, and project engineer 1. And for ME, as at least DPW accredited project materials engineer 1. So these are the limits of assignment for PE1. Kindly take note, no? So that you, during post qualification, your PE, your project engineering pledge is will not go beyond their limits, including the ME1. So another document is a list of conductors' major construction hotels testing equipment using form number 15, together with the following supporting documents for on equipment, copies of sales invoices, deed of sale, certificate of ownership, or registration certificate from LTO. For lease equipment, only the certification from the lessor that the equipment will be available if the contract will be awarded to the bidder, including the under purchase agreements, or only a certification from the vendors that the equipment unit shall be available for the contract once awarded. So these are the minimum major construction equipment of the two projects for JC007 and for JC0013. For specifics, just refer to the posted bidding documents. Now, for the material testing equipment, just refer to DO number 11, series of 2017, for the minimum required material testing equipment per contractor based on their PCAB classification, PCAB license. And the last one for technical document is the omnibus form statement using form number 16. Additional document, if the company is a corporation or partnership or cooperative, is the original notarized secretary certificate, giving authority of the authorized managing officer to sign the documents of the bidding proposals in behalf of the company, including for joint ventures. Submit also a original special power of attorney for all members of joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and to do acts to represent the movement. So for NFCC, this will be computed using the DPW's conductor profile eligibility process. So the basic equation is just in it. It's just the current assets minus current liabilities 915 minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portion of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts not yet started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. So the net chasing should be at least equal to the ABC for the conductor to be eligible to bid. Then for Class B document, duly signed joint venture agreement. This will be only submitted if the contractor is undergoing joint ventures. For the second component, which is the financial component, these are the documents. First one is the financial bid form using form number 9. Take note that each and every page of the document should be signed by the person signing the bid. Okay, another document is the bill of quantities using form number 17 and form number 18. So our bill of quantities is composed of two components or two portions, no? The bill of quantities itself and the summary of bid prices. And take note, for form number 17, subtotal should be for each page. And same with the bid form, each and every page of this bill of quantities, including summary of bid prices, should be signed. And then we have here third document, the dated estimate. So no prescribed form. It's up to the contractor or to the bidder on how they will present their detailed estimate, provided that they will also submit a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, equipment rentals used is coming up with the bid. And then the last one is the cash flow by quarter using form number 19. Take note that the cash flow should be based on the duration of the procurement project. So that's all, Madam Chair, for the documentary requirements of the contractor, their technical and financial component of their bids.
Thank you, Engineer Abakangin, the head of the BAC Technical Working Group. The floor is now open for questions and clarifications. So if there's none, we would like to request the BAC Secretariat to read the place and deadline of submission and the opening of bids for contract ID 24JC007 and contract ID number 24JC0013.
Yes, Chair, for the information to all interested bidders viewing live, the deadline of submission and receipt of bids and the bid opening shall be on January 3, 2024 at exactly 10 a.m. Procurement Unit Office, Second District Engineering Office, Santa Isabel, Bacolod City, Zamboanga, Sunday.
Thank you, Mr. Rosilier Moralio Jr. for those information. And since all the agenda at hand are already presented and discussed, any motion for adjournment?
Madam Chair, I move to close this.
It has been moved and seconded. Today's pre-bid conference is